rational root theorem is also known as the rational zeros theorem. It allows us to find all the possible rational roots of a polynomial. If we substitute the list of possible roots into the polynomial piece of x and get 0, that means that the input value is a root of the function. But how do we find the possible list of rational roots? The rational root theorem states that if r is a root of the polynomial piece of x, then piece of r is equal to 0. The given polynomial here, piece of x, is equals to 3x cubed minus 4x squared minus 17x plus 6. Now, positive 6 here is called the constant term, and 3 is the leading coefficient. The degree of the given polynomial is 3 kasi yung pinakamataas na exponent ay 3. Kung ano yung pinakamataas na exponent, yung number na katabi ng may pinakamataas na exponent, yun yung tinatawag nating leading coefficient. Determine the list of possible roots. To get the list of possible roots, let us get the factors of the constant term and divide each by the factors of the leading coefficient. Our constant term is 6, and the factors of 6 are positive 1, negative 1, positive 2, negative 2, positive 3, negative 3, positive 6, and negative 6. And the factors of the leading coefficient, we know that the leading coefficient here is 3. The factors are 1, negative 1, positive 3, and negative 3. Let us start with positive 1. If you divide positive 1 by positive 1 here in the denominator, you get 1. And 1 divided by negative 1, we have negative 1. 1 divided by 3, 1/3. 1 divided by negative 3, negative 1/3. Next factor of the constant term is negative 1. So, yung negative 1, pag dinivide mo siya sa positive 1, negative 1, positive 3, and negative 3, nakasulat na lahat yung sagot dito. So, tingnan natin. Negative 1 divided by 1 is negative 1. O, meron na. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1. Nakasulat na rin yung 1. Negative 1 divided by 3 is negative 1/3. So, negative 1 divided by negative 3 is positive 1/3. Pag nakasulat na, huwag na uling isulat para hindi na maulit. So, meron na kasi. So, ayan na siya. Next, we have 2. 2 divided by 1, 2. 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. 2 divided by 3 is 2/3. And 2 divided by negative 3, we have negative 2/3. The next factor is negative 2. So, ganun din yung lalabas. Pag dinivide mo yung negative 2 doon sa denominator, nakasulat na rin yung sagot. Negative 2 divided by 1, meron ng negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 1, meron na rin positive 2. Negative 2 divided by 3, we have negative 2/3. And negative 2 divided by negative 3, positive 2/3. The next factor is 3. 3 divided by 1, 3. 3 divided by negative 1, negative 3. 3 divided by 3, meron ng 1. And 3 divided by negative 3, meron na ring negative 1. Next, ganun din, pag dinivide mo yung negative 3, andyan na lahat yung sagot. Then, 6 divided by 1, 6. 6 divided by negative 1 is negative 6. 6 divided by 3, 2. 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. So, ganun din, pag dinivide mo yung negative 6 to each of the factors of the leading coefficient, andyan na lahat. So, this means the list of the possible roots are 1, 1, negative 1, 1/3, negative 1/3, 2, negative 2, 2/3, negative 2/3, 3, negative 3, 6, and negative 6. These are just the list of possible roots. Hindi yan lahat ay roots ng given polynomial. So, himay-himayin pa natin yan kung alin dyan yung roots talaga ng polynomial. Find the roots of piece of x is equals to x cubed minus 7x plus 6. To get the roots, let us first determine the list of possible roots. Possible roots lang pero hindi pa sila yung roots nung given polynomial. So, yung mga nominado. So, paano makuha mo yung possible roots? Get the factors of the constant term divided by the factors of the leading coefficient. Ano ba dito ang ating constant term? Ang constant term dito ay 6. The factors of 6 are 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 3, 6, and negative 6. Now, what are the factors of the leading coefficient? The degree of the polynomial is 3. The highest exponent is 3. Ang katabi ng x cube ay wala. So, it is understood na ang numerical coefficient niya ay 1. So, the leading coefficient is 1. The factors of 1 are 1 and negative 1. So, let us write all the list of possible roots. Let us start with 1. So, 1 divided by 1 is 1 and 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. So, ganun din, pag dinivide mo yung negative 1 sa 1 at negative 1, nakasulat na dun yung sagot. So, let us proceed to number 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 2 divided by negative 1 is also negative 2. So, yung negative 2 na next factor, pag dinivide mo rin sa 1 at negative 1, ayun na yung sagot, nakasulat na. So, dito tayo sa 3. 3 divided by 1, 3. 3 divided by negative 1 is negative 3. So, yung negative 3, andyan na rin yung sagot. So, dun tayo sa 6. 6 divided by 1 is 6. 6 divided by negative 1 is negative 6. Ganon din, pag dinivide mo yung negative 6 sa 1 at negative 1. So, the list of possible roots, yan. 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 3, negative 3, 6, and negative 6. Now, how will you get the roots? Meron na tayong list of possible roots. We will substitute the list of possible roots to piece of x. The polynomial is piece of x equals x cubed minus 7x plus 6. So, yung list of possible roots natin, papalitan natin yung piece of x ng list of possible roots. So, we have piece of 1, piece of negative 1, piece of 2, piece of negative 2, piece of 3, piece of negative 3, piece of 6, and piece of negative 6. Pwede naman gumamit kayo ng calculator para makasunod kayo sa computation. So, piece of 1 or 1 cube minus 7 times 1 plus 6 equals 0. Then, piece of negative 1. Negative 1 cube minus 7 times negative 1 plus 6 equals 12. Piece of 2 or 2 cube minus 7 times 2 plus 6 equals 0. Piece of negative 2 cube minus 7 times negative 2 plus 6 equals 12. Piece of 3 cube minus 7 times 3 plus 6 equals 12. Piece of negative 3. Negative 3 cube minus 7 times negative 3 plus 6. Piece of 6, okay, this is equals to 0. Then piece of 6 is equals to 6 cube minus 7 times 6 plus 6 equals 180. Piece of negative 6 cubed minus 7 times negative 6 plus 6 is equals to negative 168. So, lahat ng piece of x na nag-equals to 0, yun yung roots ng ating polynomial. So, we have piece of 1, piece of 2, meron pa ba? Ayan, piece of negative 3. So, therefore, the roots are 1, 2, and negative 3. Next, determine the list of possible roots of piece of x equals x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10. Solution. Okay, so ang hinahanap lang natin ngayon ay ang list of possible roots. Let us get the factors of the constant term. Divide each by the factors of the leading coefficient. The factors of the constant term, our constant term here is 10. And the factors are 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 5, negative 5, 10, and negative 10. So the leading coefficient is also 1. And the factors of 1 are 1 and negative 1. Next step, divide each to the leading coefficient. 1 divided by 1, 1. 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. So, if you divide negative 1, you will also get the same answer. So, doon na tayo sa 2. 2 divided by 1, 2. 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. Ganun din, pag dinivide mo siya sa negative, pag yung negative 2, dinivide mo sa 1 at sa negative 1, hindi na kailangang ulitin pa yung numbers. Then we have 5 divided by 1 is 5. 5 divided by negative 1 is negative 5. So if you will divide also negative 5 by 1 and negative 1, so we will also get 5 and negative 5. Then we have 10 divided by 1 is 10. 10 divided by negative 1 is negative 10. So, yung last na factors, yung negative 10, pag dinivide mo sa 1, negative 10. And negative 10 divided by negative 1 is positive 10. So, andyan na lahat. So, the list of possible roots are 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 5, negative 5, 10, and negative 10. Gagamitin natin tong list of possible roots para makuha natin, malaman natin yung roots ng given polynomials. Ayan. If the list of the possible roots of the polynomials are 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, 5, negative 5, 10, and negative 10. Which of these are the rational roots of the polynomial piece of x is equals to x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10? We will substitute the list of the possible roots. So, ang una ay 1. If we substitute 1, we have 1 cubed minus 6 times 1 square plus 3 times 1 plus 10 equals 8. Is this the solution or the root of the polynomial? Ang sagot natin ay 8. No. So, this is not the rational roots. How about negative 1? Let us try negative 1. Negative 1 cubed minus 6 times negative 1 square. So, para makasunod kayo, you click your calculator para makuha nyo yung sagot. Then, 3 times negative 1 plus 10. The answer is 0. If the answer is 0, yes, this is one of the roots of the polynomial. So, meron na tayo. Isa, yung negative 1. How about 2. 2 cubed minus 6 times 2 square plus 3 times 2 plus 10. What is the answer? Okay, it is equals to 0. So dahil nag-0, ibig sabihin, this is also one of the roots of the polynomial. How about negative 2? Negative 2 cubed minus 6 times negative 2 square plus 3 times negative 2 plus 10 equals negative 28. Hindi siya nag-0. So, no, this is not the solution, or no, this is not the root. Let us try 5. 5 cubed minus 6 times 5 square plus 3 times 5 plus 10 equal 0. Ayan. So, yes, another root or another solution of the polynomial. Let us try negative 5. Negative 5 cubed minus 6 times negative 5 square plus 3 times negative 5 plus 10, negative 280. So, the answer is no. Then, ano yung susunod na possible roots? 10. Okay. So, 10 cubed, that is 10 times 10 times 10 or 1,000 minus 6 times 10 square plus 3 times 10 plus 10 equals 440. So, no pa rin kasi hindi siya nag-0. Yung huling possible roots natin ay negative 10. So, negative 10 cubed minus 6 times negative 10 plus 3 times negative 10 plus 10 equals negative 1,620. So, no. So, ibig sabihin, tatlo lang yung nakuha nating zeros ng polynomial. So, ang mga zeros, yan, therefore, the roots of piece of x equals x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x plus 10 are, ano ba yung mga, yes, ayan, piece of negative 1, then we have 2, and ano yung isa pa? 5. So, the roots are negative 1, 2, and 5. These are the answer. This is the answer. So, that's all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is Teacher Nati saying, let us thank God for all the blessings that He has given us.